This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Carson versus Carson. You all have known each other more than 20 years, have been married 5 years. You've been through all types of life-changing events. But Miss Carson, you say if he's found to be cheating, you have another life-changing event coming, divorce. Tell me about your case.
If my husband is cheating on me, I'm gonna take my dogs and my car and I'm gonna leave. I can't do it no more. I've given him every opportunity to tell me the truth.
And it's just not happening.
No.
What do those tears represent?
The love, the love, the energy that I put into this marriage. He's my first love. I've never loved anybody else.
Wow.
Mr. Carson.
Yes, Your Honor.
When you look at her and you see the emotion that she has, how she feels about you in this relationship and how she's hurting, what do you have to say about that?
That's not the woman I married. It's just not.
She's not the woman you... What do you mean?
No. The person I married, I loved all my life. You know what I mean? Didn't love her because of what she represented. I loved her because of who she was. She's changed.
But she's changed because she thinks you're cheating on her.
I've never cheated on my wife.
That's what you're telling us today.
I've never cheated on my wife.
That's what you're telling her today.
That's what I'm telling her. I've never cheated on my wife.
What was it about her that you liked when you met her?
She was herself. Just a person that I didn't have to be nobody but myself. I didn't have to change. I didn't have to pretend. I didn't have to act. I didn't have to do no certain things. I just had to be me. And she accepted that. The life I'm living today, everything is bottled up. It's bottled up. And today, the court comes off.
So, Miss Carson, how long were you together before you got married?
2 years. 2 years.
Who proposed to who?
Me.
Oh, you did the proposing.
He was still married legally. I said I would pay for the divorce. He got divorced in October, and then I said, you know, I want to be married by the time I go into surgery in March, because I wanted somebody to be able to make decisions.
Okay, so you all got married before your surgery.
Yes.
All right.
But,
So,
Your Honor,
Hold on,
Mr. Carson, Mr. Carson.
Go ahead, Mr. Carson. You laughing
tell
and
the
rubbing
story.
and
Hey, look, this is it. She had the surgery. She had the surgery to change from man to woman.
So she had a sex change operation.
Change operation.
Yeah.
All right.
So the surgery came, she felt uncomfortable. She was second guessing that she should have had the surgery. She asked,
has nothing to do with it.
She asked me,
That
personally
doesn't have
asked
anything
me,
to do with it.
do you want me to have the surgery still?
Okay, wait,
And I
wait.
said yes.
Here's my question. Are you saying that because of the surgery, she stopped trusting you?
No, she didn't stop trusting me. She started thinking differently.
All right, I gotta go to Miss Carson.
Okay, so
Miss Carson, did the sex change operation change your relationship with Mr. Carson?
No.
Okay, so he's saying that after the surgery you were different. What has happened from your point of view to cause you to be here?
Okay, what's caused me to be here is, one, I went to the hospital. I was
Okay.
in the emergency room. They admitted me.
Okay.
He came one time, okay? One time to the ER, and then one time when they transferred me to the hospital.
Yeah, did
Finally,
all
I
that.
get out, and I go home. He's not nowhere to be found, okay? So, he comes home. I go through his phone, go to the Google app, voice. Him and a girl are looking for an address to a motel in Long Beach.
Okay, wait a minute. What woman is this?
I don't know, one of the hoes he was messing with.
Okay, so you are in Long Beach with another woman,
Not
Mr.
one.
Carson?
Not one.
Oh. With other women, Mr.
Okay.
Carson?
You want to go?
Mr.
Yeah,
Carson.
Mr. Carson.
Okay, let me.
Let's pop
We're
the
gonna
top.
go. Let's
Okay,
pop-
hold
let's pop the top.
on.
Let's pop
Okay,
the top.
Mr. Carson, listen to me. I want you to talk. I want to hear this. I want to hear why she thinks you were in Long Beach with another woman. And I want you to
told
tell
me.
Women.
He told me.
Okay.
He came clean.
Okay, let me explain.
Okay, so-
I lied to her. I told her I slept with her because if I tell her I didn't sleep with her, she's gonna keep asking me.
Okay, so I
told
told
her to, let me explain something to you. I told her before I slept with someone
Okay,
that I
listen
never
to you.
slept with, and she rolled me to death about it.
Cutler.
You gotta
Cutler,
live the
Cutler,
life
Cutler.
I'm living.
Hold on. Cutler.
because what he's saying.
Wait. Let me make sure I understood it.
Yeah, you heard him right.
Ron, you correct me if I'm wrong too. Did he just say he admitted to sleeping with somebody just to shut her up? Is that what he said?
That's what I
Okay, let
heard.
me explain.
Okay, does that make any sense to you?
Wait a minute, I'm gonna make sense
Hold
to it.
on.
Hold on.
I'm asking you.
It doesn't make sense to me. I have seen, cases in this courtroom where somebody has said, well, I just said that to shut her up. It never works. That's the thing. So, Mr. Carson, let's make sure we have our record straight. Did you sleep with a woman in Long Beach that she thinks you slept with? Yes or no?
No, Your Honor.
You did not?
No, I
Okay.
did not. I definitely didn't sleep with her.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Carson, have you found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
Yes.
What have you found?
Okay, well, for example, he's on dating websites.
Okay, so you have evidence with you today, right?
I do, right here.
Ron, would you
Ron.
grab that for us,
Yes, Your
please?
Honor.
So you saw him on a dating site,
Yeah.
and where his picture is, it says, I'm only looking for blank buddy.
Yeah.
Hey,
And then the next
did it
page.
get her attention?
Hold on,
Did
hold
it
on.
get her
hold on.
attention?
Oh, my God.
Did it get her attention?
Hold on, Mr. Carson.
How many
Mr.
sites have you
Carson.
have? Give them all of them.
Mr. Carson. Then on the next page, about me, it says, I am down for almost anything.
Yep.
And then gender, man, I'm seeking a woman, city,
Yeah.
Las Vegas. Mr. Carson, this was on your dating website profile.
That's just one of them, Your Honor.
That's just, that matter of fact, that is just one of them. Because, see, that's in Las Vegas. That's recent. There are some from El Monte, California. We can go on back, to when she had this surgery, when these
Okay.
sites started popping up.
All right.
Let me say, if that didn't get her attention, why are we here? Because the bottom line is, all I wanted was my wife to pay attention.
Ms. Carson, how did you get this?
It came to his email, and I went to his email, and then what I do, once I know he's on the site, I go on that site, put in his email, get a new password to get into the account to that site.
And when you did that, this is what you
That's
found.
what popped up.
That is a lot of work to get to
Oh,
this.
girl.
That's every day.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's an everyday job. She worked every day on my phone. Listen.
Not no more.
Hey, listen.
Not no more, I haven't.
Listen,
Now,
I'm
no
Mr.
more.
Carson,
Hey,
your
wait.
testimony to this court is,
I know.
yes, you did this,
And I
and
know.
this isn't the only one.
Okay,
No, no,
but
and
I'm
you know
doing
she
that for
got it.
fun.
Ms. Carson,
And I know she getting them.
And so here's the thing. One of the things that would irritate me, because I'm looking at his picture, it's the same shirt he wore on your engagement photo.
I
he
must
just-
not be enough woman for him. I
So
don't
he
know.
just cut you off and put it on up there.
Yeah.
As a man, if your wife wakes up every day and her only job is to make sure you stay in her sight, that's a problem. I'm the only man in my neighborhood that is stay around my wife 24/7. Only reason
maybe you're the only one in your neighborhood that's given her a reason, and that's why we're
Oh,
here.
let's go to this.
Okay.
Let's go to this,
So,
Judge.
because,
Let's go to
hey,
this.
hold on, Ms.
I'm
Carson.
done.
Because
I'm done talking.
because here's the-
I'm done talking.
because here's the
Let's
thing.
bring the lie detector test out here. Let's do whatever it needs to do. Because I'm telling you, after the day, you ain't gonna have to ask her if she gonna leave me.
But Mr.
I'm
Carson,
gonna leave her.
listen.
I'm done. I'm done.
All right, wait,
Mr.
wait.
Carson, listen.
I'm
because
done.
Hold on.
you keep saying no.
I'm done.
Because you
I'm
keep
done.
saying you're done, but you're talking.
But you ain't listening.
I am listening. Now
That's the
listen,
problem.
you listen to me for a second. This is
Okay.
my courtroom. My name is the one that's down here. You listen to me. Now, what I'm telling you is, you talking about you haven't given her a reason. You admit to cheating, even though you said it was just to get her riled up. You admitted to it. You admit to being on multiple dating sites. What do you mean she doesn't have a reason to watch you 24/7? You're giving her every reason in the world to do that.
Okay.
Hey, Your Honor, what about, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, he was gone, the car was gone, he came back at 1 o'clock in,
I wish
in the
I never
afternoon,
came back.
totaled the car, okay? The police said, he looked at the video and he was driving.
Have you seen
and
the
there was-
video?
No, and there was a girl in the car.
Okay, stop. Okay, stop. All right. Mr.
Hey.
Carson, were you in a car accident?
I was in a car.
That's a yes or no question. Were you in a car accident?
If I'm gonna do yes or no, it's gonna be yes or no on both sides. Come on, man. I'm trying to answer your question and tell you the explanation.
Were you in a
don't
car accident?
You don't get to make that decision.
You were in a car accident, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, was there a woman in the car?
No.
There was no woman in the car.
I'm 52. I've had fun. I've played games. I've never played a game with her. I'm tired. I'm tired of being a prisoner in my own home. You sit there and you say, well, that don't make sense. If you was in my shoes, it would make damn sense. Because every day I wake up, I live this. I have to go within a radius of you where you can see me for you to be okay. If I get around the corner, I'm done. I do disappear. I disappear from home because I get tired. I get tired of being locked up and confined. I don't need a mother. I need a wife, a friend. What I had when I first met her, I have that now. Gone.
Let me just say this to you.
It is what it is.
Mr. Carson, listen to me. We are often here as the court, not only for the person that is doing the accusing, but for the accused. You think we don't hear you, but we do. And we have to ask questions to get to what we know, because we aren't living in your house. We aren't prisoners with you. But your pain and what you're sharing with us right now is real. I feel all of it.
I'm done.
Now, the question is, Ms. Carson, at the end of this, have you heard your husband?
I heard him.
No, I didn't say, yeah, I know he's talking.
No, I heard him.
Did your heart hear him?
I heard him.
All right, love. Tell us what we got.
We've got accusations of Mr. Carson cheating, and Mr. Carson is adamant that he is not cheating. He's sick and tired of being accused of cheating, and he is here to clear his name.
And we absolutely have a family, a life, a marriage on the line. And for that reason, we have done a full and complete investigation. At this time, we would like to call licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt to determine, is he cheating? Rod, would you bring Mr. Platt in?
Tommy Platt.
Would you state your credentials for the court record, please?
Yes, ma'am. I have over 30 years' experience in the United States military and as a police officer. I have been a licensed polygraph examiner for 11 years and conducted nearly 3,000 examinations.
All right. So, Mr. Platt, this first question is related to the woman Mrs. Carson accused Mr. Carson of sleeping with in Long Beach. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he was asked, did you have sexual intercourse with anyone other than your wife the day Mrs. Carson heard you Googling for a motel? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
You asked Mr. Carson, on the night that you wrecked your wife's car, did you have physical sexual contact with someone other than your wife? What was his response to that question?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
Ms. Carson, you've heard the answers to these two questions. How are you feeling?
I feel bad.
What's going through your mind and your heart right now?
That I accused him of it and he didn't do it.
You need to tell him.
I'm sorry, boo. I thought you did. I know.
All right, we have one more question. You asked Mr. Carson, since being married to your wife, have you had physical sexual contact with someone you met on a dating site? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Mr. Carson,
Have
you have physical sexual contact with someone you met on one of the dating sites.
Came to that point, man, and she didn't hear me.
Since being married to Ms. Carson.
She know who she is.
Who?
I told her.
Who?
I told her if you keep accusing me.
Who is it?
You keep accusing me of cheating.
Who was it?
Hold on, Mrs. Carson.
When I
Go
cheat
ahead.
on you, you're gonna know it.
Who was
it's
it?
gonna be at our house. So when I had sex with this girl, I knew she was coming. So when she came and saw the girl there, she should have knew. I never had a woman in our house. He cheated. It ain't cheating when you tell you. I told you.
Did
All
you
right,
tell me?
Okay,
Mr.
Mr. Carson.
Did you verbally tell me? No. I don't care.
I'm done with you.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I need you to step back over. Can't let that.
You didn't never love me no way. You love yourself. If
Mr.
you didn't
Carson.
love yourself,
Mr.
you'd be all
Carson,
right.
here's what I'm gonna say. You said you were gonna be done. You done. Y'all done thrown wedding bands up and down my courtroom.
I'm done.
So y'all are done. So what I would say to you is, you all need counseling because this right.
I'm not gonna. I'm done. You can put me out if you want to. I'm done.
Would you please shut
Done.
up?
Put me out. That's the problem with
Shut
women.
up!
It's the problem with women. They don't hear
Out!
me. Thank you.
Out!
Get out of my court.
They don't hear me.
Let's go.
Just get out.
Just keep going.
Wow.
You all are engaged, you've been together for 3 years, but whether this relationship continues depends on the outcome of today's case because you, Ms. Burries, have concerns about Mr. Mull's ex. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you've opened this case. Tell us what's at stake today.
Well, Your Honor, I feel like my family at stake. Mr. Mull is the man of my dreams. I love him dearly. I just feel like he opened my eyes up to different adventures, but I feel like everything is at stake because I still feel like he's cheating on me with his ex.
No, I'm not, Your Honor. I love her so much and to the point that, like, I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I works a lot. You know, I work 2 jobs. Then I might end up having a little fun with my family, then come in late. But I do love her, and I want to take this relationship to another level. But in order for me to do that, I gotta prove that I'm innocent of being out and cheating. So
And that's what you're here to prove
that's
today.
what I'm hearing today.
Okay, so Ms. Burries, what went wrong? You said you're concerned. What went wrong?
It's to the point where I told him, okay, if you at your family member's house, if you, wherever you at, you can stay there, leave.
So what happened when you told him, get gone?
He left.
All right, so how many days was he gone?
6 months. After he left, he told me he cheated. He admitted to it, like, after he left, though. And then this person that you got, that you say you cheated on me with, you got into a whole relationship with her.
Did you tell her who you cheated with?
No, ma'am.
How do you put the two together?
He told a family member, and it got back to me.
Is that correct?
Yes. I just was a changed man. Now I just changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Back then, yeah, I did cheat, Your Honor. I did cheat it. But when we got back together, you know, I changed.
No, you didn't.
So you all got back
Yeah.
together?
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Oh,
I did.
wait.
Okay, but you cheated on me again.
Wait.
Okay.
All right, so Ms. Burris, the question of the day, why'd you take him back?
I love him.
Ooh, wee.
Why do you love him?
I mean, it's nothing that he can't do that don't make me smile. Yeah, we have our ups and our downs, but this about the only thing right here. This situation is the only thing that's actually affecting our relationship, no matter which way it comes.
All right, so if you can resolve the issue between Mr. Mull and this ex, then everything would be great. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, I feel like he gives me life. I mean, my other family, yeah, they do everything, but it's something about him that makes me want to be with him because I know the type of guy he is.
So what makes you think he's cheating right now?
Because when he did come back, we was together for probably like 2 weeks. He started doing the same thing all over again, staying out late, still got the lock on his phone. So he telling me he was one place and he don't be there. When I got tired of it, she was like, I'm gonna go to where I think he'll be at.
Okay.
So I went to the ex house. And what did I see? I seen the car there and he's inside.
What time of day is this?
It's nighttime,
I just
like
got off.
12, 1, maybe almost 2 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened, Your Honor, I was at work. I got a phone call from my ex and told me to come over there once I get off work. She got something to tell me. And I got there, we sat down, and she told me that she was pregnant.
And she thinks you the daddy.
Everybody
Yeah.
thinks she the daddy. He the daddy.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Burris, what did you do at that point?
So I was like, have you had any sex? Have you had any sex with her now or then? He said no.
Okay.
But as soon as I get upstairs and having a conversation with her, she tell me that they had sex that same night.
She lied. She lied to get on her skin, Your Honor. That's what she did. She lied to get on her skin. She know how to tick her.
It
She know how to
sounds,
push the triggers.
to me, it sounds like that she called your bluff. She's like, did you have sex with her? No, you go upstairs and ask her. You probably didn't think she was going, did you? And she marched right on.
I go up there.
She marched right on up there.
For, Yana. I knew she was going up there for. I know this woman, been around this woman 3 years. So I know what she thinking before she think it.
So after she tells you, yeah, we had sex, we just had sex, what do you do and what do you say to him?
I got upset, so I left.
Okay.
I'm like, I walked out. I was like, okay, I'm done with this situation. But not that long after, he wound up, was like, he want to be with me. He called me. He was like, I want to be with you. I don't want to be with her. I'm just going to be here for the baby. I'm just going to try to make sure I be a good father to my child with her. Next thing I know, he comes back. I get a whole inbox.
Well, hold on. So he comes back. You take him back.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's an inbox from him, but it's an inbox from her. And I'm thinking she finna say some words, but she didn't. It was a whole sex video.
That was something old, Yana.
And I submitted it to the court.
Okay, you submitted this to the court, and that's what we have here.
All right.
Well, do tell.
This is a video, a very up-close video of a man and a woman having sex.
And he sit here and tell me all day, that ain't me, but I know how your area look. It don't gotta have a face to know it's you.
Yeah, and this will give you a very up-close view of what it looks like.
You are the star of this video. Yes or no?
Most definitely he is.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why are you hesitating to answer his question?
You made the video, not me.
Video.
He's saying it's
Okay,
true,
bring
but
some
old to the table.
if it's
Hold on.
old,
So you're
why would you tell me?
So you're saying, yes, I made this video. Yes, this is me in the video. But this video was made when I was with her 6 months before, not since I've been back with you. Is that what you're trying to tell the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were you intimate with her during this 6 months period?
Which one? I mean, which one?
Let me do it this way. Let me clean it up. During that 6 month period, the 6 months in question, were you being intimate with the ex and Miss Burries?
I was intimate with the ex, and me and Miss Burries was talking.
So you trying to say we wasn't having sex?
No.
So you don't.
Okay.
I just going over there fixing stuff you wanted me to
Oh,
fix.
yeah, you're right. You was fixing a lot of stuff. You
asked me
was.
you guys come fix the pipe.
Were y'all
I guess you was
together?
doing pipes too.
What?
What? What did you say, Miss Burries?
I guess he was fixing pipes too.
I was.
Okay.
But Your Honor, while we been together still, they got a whole nother video that she sent me. I blocked her on one page.
What video?
She created a whole nother page.
Okay.
And I got a whole nother video. I got that video too.
She sent it to you?
Yes. She created another page and sent it to me right along with some pictures of her telling me, do you know where your man is?
Okay.
And
I submitted that
You
too.
submitted that to the court. My sexy zaddy sleeping good.
That video took like 4 months ago.
If it was 4 months ago, we got back together in March. So I think we still in that little time frame.
It wasn't in that time frame.
This video is one she sent to you after he's come back to you and you've taken him back again.
Yes, sir.
Boy.
And Mr. Mull, is your testimony that that's old and you're not still sleeping with the ex?
I'm not sleeping with her. That's old.
That's your testimony. That's what you're telling this court.
Yep, that's my testimony, and I'm standing on it.
Well, you know what, Mr. Cutler? There's her side, there's his side, and there's the ex's side, and she is here. Ron, would you escort her in?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have you go straight up to the witness stand.
Hello.
Hi.
Good day, ma'am. How are you?
Good.
Would you state your name, please, for the record?
I'm Teresa Bodie.
And Ms. Bodie, what is your relationship to Mr. Mull?
I'm his girlfriend.
You ain't his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
Hey, you my girlfriend. This is my woman right here.
Excuse me. Let me talk to Ms. Bodie, please. You say girlfriend as in the current tense, not ex-girlfriend. You were saying you are his girlfriend.
Yes.
Ms. Bodie, how long have you two been a couple?
For about 11 months now.
Continuously?
I'll say off and on. About 4 months ago, me and Jamel got into it, and he left to stay with Delvisha just for a place to stay, he say.
So he's not indicating to you that he is
in a relationship. No, not at all.
Now we've seen 2 videos. The one of him sleeping with you, and you had my zaddy sleeping good, and then we've seen this very intimate video
of sexual intercourse.
When were those videos made?
A few months ago.
Were they made during the time that when he was with you during that 6 months, or thereafter?
After.
So they were made after he moved back in with Miss Burries?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let me ask you this, why would you send those to her?
I just want her to wake up and realize that Jamel is with me. He's just using this woman and...
Using her for what?
For what she has, you know what I'm saying?
I work 2 jobs, I get my own money.
That don't mean anything. She's doing a lot for you and you're using her, and I just want her to wake up. I want another woman to do the same with me as well.
Okay, but do you want to be with him? But do you want to be in a relationship with a man that you're saying and testifying is using people?
Right.
But the answer is yes, isn't it?
Yes.
Miss Burries?
When court's over, he's leaving with me. I just hate to tell you.
You're confident
Burries,
about
you look
that?
Broken. What is going through your mind as you listen to this testimony?
I knew it was true. I want it confirmed. That's the whole thing, no matter where it came from. It was his side, he was saying it was a lie. It was her side saying it was true. I mean, how can you believe any one of them when both of them lie, no matter which way it comes?
I sent you videos multiple times.
Baby, you could send me videos, but you just was telling me not that long ago that the videos, now you're talking about this new. Like, which one is it?
I sent you 2 sets of videos.
Mr. Maul, let me ask you point blank, and I want you to look right at me, okay? No, look right at me. Are you ready right now to come clean? It's out there. We need to hear it from your mouth, from your lips. Come clean right now. What is the truth?
That I'm not cheating.
You know what? We ain't got to play with this. We ain't got to play with this. There's an easy way to get to the truth. This court has done a complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to call licensed and certified polygraph examiner Dave Lawrence to determine, is he cheating? Ron, bring him out.
Dave Lawrence.
How are you, Mr. Lawrence?
Just fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Mr. Lawrence, you have about 26 years in polygraph examination and training. Is that correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
You have trained other polygraph examiners so that they could become good at their jobs. Is that correct?
I have.
All right, Mr. Cutler.
And so you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Moe, and you conducted what's called a single theme test. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We commonly call it the single issue test. It is the most accurate and valid test in our standard today.
So, single issue test for the single issue that we need to resolve today.
That's correct.
All right, Mr. Moe, your story's getting ready to be told. Do you want to tell it? Do you want Mr. Lawrence to tell it?
Tell what? Ain't nothing to tell.
All right.
You asked Mr. Moe 3 questions. You asked Mr. Moe, since moving back in with Ms. Burries, have you had sexual intercourse with Ms. Bodie? You asked Mr. Moe, since you returned home to Ms. Burries, have you had sexual intercourse with Ms. Bodie? You asked Mr. Moe, since returning to live with Ms. Burries, have you had sexual intercourse with Ms. Bodie?
What was his response to those 3 questions?
He said no to all 3 questions.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined on all 3 questions that he was being deceptive.
It's not news to anybody. It's not news to not a person sitting here. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you had sex with Mr. Moe?
Last night.
Last night. Was he with you last night?
Nope.
Ms.
Burries.
I can't imagine what kind of hurt and pain is behind that expression. Can you share with us what's going through your mind right now?
I'm done. He could go on, bro.
All right, it has been confirmed, Ms. Burries. Let me give you some thoughts. You don't have to put up with any old thing from any old body. Do you hear me?
Because he's shown you who he is and what he is, and you're never going to be number one in his life.
Ms. Bodie, let me say this to you. If you walk out with him, you didn't take home the prize. And if I were you, I wouldn't walk, I would run from him and find somebody who's worthy of you. This ain't it. This is not it.
And Mr. Mull, you need to be truthful.
No, Mr. Mull needs to get gone.
No, he needs to be truthful. You first need to be truthful with yourself. If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one.
Be a man.
Be a man, man up. Do your thing. Just don't hurt everybody else in the process.
Leave a wake of destruction.
You all have been dating for 4 years and have 2 kids together, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Smith, why have you brought your boyfriend to court today?
Well, I'm honestly getting tired of being addressed by multiple females saying that they've had relationships with him while we've been together, and some are claiming to have children with him as well. And I'm just getting tired of lies. It hurts, and I need some type of closure. I want to move forward. And honestly, whenever he looks in my face and tells me about anything, I don't believe him. Even when it comes to regular things in life, it just sounds like a lie.
So, Mr. Templeton, how does it feel to know that your girlfriend just doesn't trust you?
It bothers me, but I try to be sympathetic and understand where she's coming from at least.
Okay, so what are you here to prove today?
I'm here to prove that I'm not talking to other, worried about no other women, let's say that. Like, she's my main focus, her and my kids. Yeah, I've messed with, girls in the past, but since I made a commitment to her, I haven't messed with any girls.
Ms. Smith, your eyebrows are way, way up. You don't sound like you believe that he's been faithful to you.
I don't. I don't.
So if you find out he's cheating today, what's on the line?
Well, me and my family plan on moving out of state, and it would involve moving with him or without. I want to start new, and I don't want to move into a new state bringing the same thing down, the same questions of what I have here with him.
So you're moving?
I'm moving.
Question is whether he's going to be on the train or not on the train.
Yes.
And you're hoping today's test will prove that he's not cheating.
That's what I want.
All right, Mr. Templeton, do you understand what's on the line?
Yeah, losing her and my kids is what's on the line to me.
All right. So you all have been dating 4 years. How did you start dating?
Okay, well, we met on Facebook, and we talked on there for a long time before we even thought about being in a relationship. Things just felt right.
So what attracted you to him?
His sense of humor. I like to laugh, and I need laughs in my life, so that was a plus. I liked him as a father to his other children. Just the thought of family, we had the same views of family, and I thought we could do that together with our children.
All right. Mr. Templeton, what did you like about her when you first interacted with her?
She accepted my goofiness. Like, I don't know, I push things to the limit with jokes sometimes. And she laughs at it instead of like, oh, that was too far, or judge me for certain things that I say. She accepts it. I didn't have to change or reword anything. Like, just say it, and she's with it. Now, sometimes she might be like, oh, that was, but 95% of the time, she laughs. And
But even when you go too far, she's like, you went too far, but that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, a good woman will laugh with you, not at you.
Right. Well, she'll laugh at you sometimes.
No, you laugh with me. That's what I like about her. She laughs with me.
And Mr. Cutler, truth be told, you get a little corny too. And I laugh at those corny jokes in spite of me.
For the last 35 years?
Last 35 years we've been doing this. So we get that. And it was sweet because she had this little smile on her face, a little blush. Yeah. I like that.
All right, so you have this nice relationship. You're laughing at all this corny jokes.
They're not all corny, Your Honor.
He's like, wait a minute, hold up.
You're laughing at all his jokes, even the corny ones. How's that?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the corny.
All right. So where did that all go wrong?
It started with Facebook post. He started to like things women would say, like a woman would be like, oh, hey, boo, hey, baby, and he would like it. And I'm like, if I'm your woman, why are you liking somebody else claiming you? And then eventually, when we were pregnant with our second child, he disappeared.
I mean, when you say disappeared, he was gone like a couple hours. A couple days.
No.
How long was he gone?
Almost the whole
It was
pregnancy.
about a year.
A whole year?
My whole pregnancy.
Almost the whole pregnancy, yeah.
Your boyfriend disappeared for a year while you were pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's
You didn't try to call him?
I try to contact him on everything. Emails, texts, phone call, reaching out to people. I got scared to where I thought maybe he was in the hospital.
All right, so where do you think he was for a year?
Of course, I feel like he's with another female. I don't know which one, because there's been so many people claiming him. I feel like he's still married. I honestly do.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, I feel like he's still married.
Still married?
Why do you think he's still married?
Because when we first started talking, we were both going through divorce, but I showed him my divorce papers. I'm divorced. I never saw his, so I don't know.
Are you divorced?
I've been divorced since August of 2012.
That's not true. I don't, that's not true.
Ms. Smith, why don't you believe that?
Because the talk of finalizing the papers, I believe, was in 2015. And me and him both know we were married during the same time as each other.
Hold on. She is correct. Yeah, I got my years wrong. We got married around there. 2014 is when hers got finalized in July, and mine was
Mine was
finishing up.
earlier than July. It was about April, May, my divorce was final.
Okay, so you believe he was leading a double life?
Multiple lives.
So while you're pregnant with his child, he's still with his wife?
I'm not sure if he's with her. He's with somebody, not me.
How did you find out that he had left?
He wasn't responding to me. I call him numerously. I would call him to see what's going on. Text, email, Facebook messages. We add each other on Snapchat. But he wasn't snapping me. He was snapping everybody else.
So, Mr. Templeton, why weren't you even responding to her?
Because if you want to keep bringing up the girls and stuff, that's nothing I want to talk about. We wasn't talking about us, or you wasn't talking about the kids. So it's like I'm not about to keep going back and forth.
If people keep contacting me, how would I not bring that to him? He's my man. I want answers from him, not them.
If you bring it to me saying, like...
He came here after I had the baby. And of course, he got to meet our baby. It was a good time, good feeling. But he told me he was gonna see us again when we went home. And then I never saw him again. And for at least a couple
I showed up to the hospital because first, I knew I'm the provider for my kids. So she needed a car seat to go home. She needed clothes. So I showed up with all that and a little extra money. I had just became a mobile locksmith working 24 hours. I worked 7 days a week sometimes. So I didn't get certain off days. I got my other boys.
Who are you living with?
Who were you living with, Mr. Templeton?
I would stay with my sister at times or something like that. I wasn't just staying with just random. I can't just stay with random people.
Okay, you said your sister and something like that. It's the something like that I'm wondering about.
The homeless shelter sometimes, Your Honor. Sometimes I will go to the homeless shelter.
And I'm referred to as a homeless shelter too when it comes to other women.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Earlier this year, a girl calls me and she's like, oh, okay, well, Duvall, he called me yesterday and he told me that he was in a homeless shelter all week. And I'm like, well, that whole week he was with me. And I was like, so I'm the homeless shelter? I said, because I've gotten that story before that he's been in a homeless shelter. I'm like, so is he with women each time he says a homeless shelter? If that was being said about me.
Miss Smith, woman to woman, I am utterly confused. You have been pregnant with his child and been alone. You gave birth by yourself. Why in the world are you all still together?
Because it's not just that. Besides this issue between the women, things was good. Like, he didn't do the things that he does for me. Like, when it comes to us, I know what he does for me. I know what he does for us. When I go to work, he'll give me a massage after a long day. They didn't get that, how they talked to him about him to me.
Okay,
so I'm like,
but-
I know he cares about me.
Yeah, but you say he cares about you, but a woman needs to be treated like a queen, especially if she's bearing his children.
I agree.
So you get a call from a woman who says she's looking for him, and she thinks he's at a homeless shelter, but he's with you.
Yes.
And so that gives you reason to believe that he's cheating.
Exactly. I've seen a bunch of Facebook conversations with him and other women, and I've had actually a couple women contact me saying that he's their child's father, and of course, I want to know if that's true.
So these are multiple women that are contacting you?
Well, the women, for some reason, the women have formed some type of friendship between each other, and both of them claim that he's their child's father. They say that they've all tried to do a DNA test. That some of them are claiming that he'd signed their birth certificates. I don't know what's what.
Have they showed you any of that?
They won't show me
showed
that.
you proof of everything. Have they showed you that?
No.
But is my name on our kid's birth certificate?
Yes.
I just feel like they hating. Like now they see what I got and they trying to break it. That's how I can always say. I just feel like they're trying to tear down something that they didn't have.
Mr. Templeton, I hear you. But the problem is, it's all of these women, it's all the disappearing that is giving her doubt. That's the problem. It's not a good picture. It's not a good look.
And Ms. Smith still thinks there's an issue with your ex-wife, that you possibly even still married. Do you see how this is kind of mounting up to a bad picture?
Yes, sir.
And so she has a lingering question of, are you currently cheating on her? How do you answer that question?
No.
Are you still married to someone else?
No.
Are you involved with any of these women that are hitting her up on Facebook?
No.
Well, to get to the bottom of this, the court would like to call licensed private investigator Todd Redding. Ron, would you escort Mr. Redding into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you?
Fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Redding.
Thank you.
You and your team have done a comprehensive investigation in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The first part included a polygraph test on Mr. Templeton. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Your team asked him a number of questions.
Yes, Your Honor.
The first question that Mr. Templeton was asked was, from September 2015 to June 2016, were you in a relationship with another woman?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, this was the time that he, according to Ms. Smith, disappeared. What was his response to that question?
His response to the question was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Your Honor, the polygraph examination determined he was being deceptive.
Ms. Smith, what are you feeling right now?
I feel like I've been trying to believe him. At the same time, of course, I felt like he may have, but I didn't want to. And the fact that it's true.
But Ms. Smith, I just want to make sure you understood the question.
Okay.
It asked, was he in a relationship with a woman, not sexual relationship, okay? So that's huge. That's a big difference.
Exactly.
So what I want to know, Mr. Templeton, were you in a relationship with a woman during that period?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay.
Only relationship I was in was this one that I thought I was in. Even though I was gone, I never considered us broken up. And I'm not saying that's what but no, I was not. Only person I was with was her. No, ma'am.
Mr. Redding, did you do a follow-up to this question?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
What did you do?
Your Honor, I performed a 10-year comprehensive background check on Mr. Templeton. That involved, between my team and I, over 2 states, covering 7 counties, every county that he and his alleged wife had resided in.
And what did you find?
We found a marriage certificate dated back in late of 2010.
Did you find anything about a divorce?
During the entire investigation, and we physically went to the courthouses and searched the records, we did not find any divorce records.
Mr. Templeton, are you sure you're divorced?
Yes.
I can see that you're hurting. Is it something that you need to tell this court?
No.
We had another question on the polygraph, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the question that was asked of Mr. Templeton, since May 2014, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your girlfriend, Miss Smith?
Your Honor, his response was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph examination determined that he was being truthful.
So, Ms. Smith, he has been truthful about being faithful to you sexually. And Mr. Templeton, I'm presuming that's why you have been so upset, because you have been telling the truth.
Yes. I really love this woman. I haven't been in a relationship. Like, you know I love you. Like, my heart is really with you and our family. I don't want to lose you out my life ever. I feel like losing you is like a piece is gonna be gone that I won't ever be able to feel again, basically.